Ladies and gentlemen, meet the brand new GMC 2500 Duramax AT4. And that AT4 part is important because it is the most off-road worthy GMC heavy-duty truck you can buy. And coming up in this video, we're gonna do something that's unique. No, we're not gonna take it off-road, but we're gonna tow with it on the highway. And this truck can tow 18,500 pounds, which is a lot. So the question is, what are we towing? Well, it's something really special. GMC has hidden an Easter egg in the trailer, and I'm gonna show you what that Easter egg is coming up right now.
This is a purpose-built heavy-duty architecture. So in the right configuration, this truck will tow 35,500 pounds. So it's an enormous amount, a segment-leading amount, and we needed a really big professional-grade truck to be able to do that. So purpose-built architecture. What that enabled us is we're not constrained in the design of this truck by the light duty in any way. The only shared body panel is in fact the roof, but everything else is for every design detail to the overall proportion is more substantial, stronger, bolder, tougher.
There are two configurations of the heavy-duty diesel AT4. There's a 2500 and the 3500. This 2500, according to this very helpful sticker that GM's now putting in all their trucks, can tow 18,500 pounds. The 3500, well, that can tow over 21,000 pounds. And supposedly can go off-road. You know, I've teased you long enough. Let's open the back of this trailer and see exactly what we're towing, because GMC says that we're towing about 14,000 pounds. And that 14,000 pounds is well protected because there's not one, but two locks keeping us from getting inside this trailer to see what the thing is that's in there. You know what? There is a way we can see what's behind the magic door. Before I tell you how it tows, let's talk about what we're towing, because GM, or in this case GMC, did something really, I'm gonna call it clever. And they created a camera system that lets me tow and see completely around the truck, so I can see what's in front of me, I can see what's next to me, and I can see what's behind me, and I can see what's inside the box trailer I'm towing. And it's something special. Let me show you. I'm gonna click this button and check it out. Check it out. Yeah, there we go. Works like a charm. Finally. Real world reviews, there you go. GMC 2020 Canyon AT4. And they hid the front of it a little bit, but it's pretty cool. Now the other towing feature I like here is this one. I can hit this transparent trailer, and that's a really cool one when you're towing. What it does is it shows me my trailer, and then I can look through the trailer and see what's behind me. How cool is that? And that's the one I find really useful, because even though I've got great towing mirrors, it's still impossible to see what's behind me except for that camera system.
Yeah, specific to this type of customer, if you want to attach a snowplow, you can just remove this plastic section of the bumper. This part is steel, and then you can attach a snowplow. No need for any cutting or drilling to get that to work. And then as you move around the side of the truck, there's a lot of other thoughtful details, such as integrated engine block heater. It's on the driver's side, but instead of having to reach through and find a cable to attach your engine block heater if you're driving a diesel in frigid temperatures, we have a simple plug placed here, easy to get. If you've got frigid temperatures, you've got your gloves on, you can just get to it straight away.
Side markers integrated into the
lovely detail. We love this. Again, you talked about that big rig look. So when you see this truck lit up at night, it will stand out from anything else on the road.
Are the side markers legally mandated, or is it a design feature?
It's a design feature. We have legally mandated side markers in the lamps, so we don't have to have them. But in terms of the size of this truck and needing to make sure you're confident in every area of operating it, these side markers really help. I've been driving one of these at night, and when I'm backing up, you look in the mirror. The rear side marker helps you understand where the corners of the truck are, and then with the other parking and assists and cameras, it's an awesome thing and just a beautiful detail that no one else has.
For all you Chevy Silverado fans, you'll know that the Z71 was the most off-road worthy designation code you could get in a Chevy Silverado. Well, in the GMC, it's X31, but this AT4 lives above the X31 package. So what does that get you? Well, it gets you skid plates, Rancho shocks, probably most importantly, these Goodyear Wrangler trail running all-terrain tires. You also get, of course, the obligatory black wheels, and most importantly, so that everybody knows that you've got the all-terrain heavy-duty truck, you get red tow hooks. So far, I spent a lot of this video talking about the off-road goodies that this truck has, but as I promised you, this really isn't an off-road video, it's a towing video. And you know, having the ability to go off-road and tow 18,500 is kind of like having your cake and eat it too. So I think it's time we get behind the wheel and head out on the road and see how powerful this Duramax is, how fast it accelerates, and how it pulls a relatively heavy trailer. So let's talk about how this guy tows. Now, GMC will tell you that it's faster from 0 to 60 with a load like this than the competition. Let's give it the beans. Yeah, it's not a sports car, but it does get out of its own way. How does it steer? Well, it steers like a heavy-duty truck. I mean, the steering is heavy, it goes where I pointed. I don't want it to steer like a sports car. I want to feel like I've got confidence, like when I'm towing, that if I need to brake, I've got the ability to do so. And speaking of brakes, there's this button right here. It's an exhaust brake. So now what I can do is, of course, activate the exhaust brake so that when I'm going down a steep incline or I need to slow down quickly, I can use the 6.6 liter turbo to actually help with the braking. And speaking of that 6.6, it's about 2 years old now. You can't talk about off-road heavy-duty trucks without talking about the Power Wagon. I mean, it is the grandfather of HD off-roading. And yet, the Power Wagon doesn't come with this. And I don't mean a Duramax, I mean a diesel engine. And this Duramax puts out 445 horsepower and 910 pound-foot of torque and is mated to a 10-speed Allison and doing the branded automatic transmission. And coming up very soon, Ford's also going to have their own version of a diesel heavy-duty truck in the new Tremor. And the question I keep asking myself is, Ram, when are you going to put a diesel into the Power Wagon? I bet you guys want to know that too. Ford has not yet announced what their new 2020 heavy-duty will tow, and I'm guessing, knowing Ford, they're going to go over 35,500 pounds. All right, here we go, pulling a heavy load, 0 to 60. I've got it floored. Tom, are you timing me?
Yep.
Okay, there goes the turbo. The new Duramax is working hard. 10 speed is working hard. We're at 40, 44. Speed limit is 65. We're just going to 60 and now. 18 seconds. There you have it. We have to actually compare that to another truck with the same amount. But if you're pulling onto a highway or trying to merge into traffic, that's when that number is important. Perhaps the biggest surprise is right here. You know, we've been whining and whinging forever about where GM puts its DEF filler and reservoir in their HD trucks. Well, no longer, because if you look behind here, the DEF is now next to the diesel, which is where it should be because you can fill it up at the gas station, and the actual DEF container no longer hangs out the bottom below the passenger, but is now tucked underneath the frame rails to keep it safe and protected when you're off-roading. All in all, it's a really good effort in terms of its towing ability. It also has, and GMC says, an Allison 10-speed automatic. I would call it an Allison branded 10-speed automatic because it's really developed by GM with the Allison name license. So, you know, that's a controversy in the GM world, but I'll leave it up to you to decide whether it's indeed a real Allison or an Allison branded 10-speed. But it's great to have 10 speeds because, well, it gives you better fuel economy.
The visibility is really key for this customer. This is a big, strong truck and can tow large and long trailers. So the mirror is a key piece of equipment for a heavy-duty truck customer. So you need a large mirror. So what we've done is post-mounted it to the door. so the customer has visibility between the end of the mirror and the A-pillar. So there's a lot of additional visibility we've been able to deliver. You got the up-level mirror, then just a touch of a button, the whole head extends out. Additional to that, the belt line itself is lower on this truck than it is on the light-duty truck. Visibility key for this customer, so every millimeter we could give them, we did.
When you're off-roading, at least in my experience, what's critical are the tires, but there are other things that are important and very helpful. For instance, this front-facing camera, because in a heavy-duty truck with a hood scoop, when you're sitting there and you're off-road, you really can't see what's ahead of that tall hood, especially this tall hood, so the camera helps a lot. Also, approach angle, 27 degrees, and relatively decent ground clearance, 10.1 inches, okay? It's no Power Wagon or perhaps even a Ford Tremor, but still, it'll take you off-road. And you made this, you said flat, so you could put a sign on here? And
yeah, it's small detail, but we know there's many applications for heavy duties where business owners or contractors will want to use this truck as part of their business. So a very clean, simple door surface if you want to apply, your graphics for your company. It's a small, but just an indicator of the level of thought we put into this truck that really go after what our customer wants.
All right, I got to ask you this because I'm always curious, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Why not bigger tires? I would love to see like 35s on this.
Well, this is a big truck. Well, these are 34s.
Yeah.
So we have put bigger tires on this truck.
Yeah.
And then it's optimized for
let's go 37s.
Yeah, I'll take that message back.
Yeah.
But we have put a lot larger tires on this generation of truck. This is a bigger truck. It needs them. But the sole focus of this truck is towing. So if we put the really rugged, you do. So we did not want to do that. So an AT4 of this truck is still focused on towing, knowing that this customer wants to tow. On the light duty truck, that's a different case. So you can put your rugged Duratrax on there. It's a different usage case. So, but to your point, love big tires. We know the importance of them.
And there are, of course, two things that we need to do with this truck before we're done doing a complete review. Number one is we need to, of course, take it on our MPG loop and see what it really does, because as you know, heavy-duty trucks aren't rated. We need to find out what kind of fuel economy gets both towing and not towing. And then, of course, we need to take it up the gauntlet and really test out this exhaust brake, see how it functions going down a 7% grade, because even though I'm here outside of Jackson Hole, it's still relatively flat, and I'm not going to be doing any emergency braking just to find out how this exhaust brake works.
But a key part of the safety package that this truck has is a side blind zone detection. We've packaged our sensor nicely inside the step here. The customer won't even realize it's there. It has to be behind plastic because it can't see through metal. So the only other place you could put it, which you see on some of our competitors, is here in the lamp. But it's quite an exposed area, so we thought we could do a better job by putting it here in a protected space. And the step is larger than our outgoing truck, so you can step here to climb up. We have this fantastic step forward of the rear wheel. Very simple, but very innovative for a truck of this size. If you wanted to climb up, to get anything to do with your fifth wheel or gooseneck trailer, or you want to clean the cameras as part of the 360 surround, it's great to have that step there. Many customers complain to us when they need to get up there and do something, they have to open the rear door and step here. And that doesn't quite get you where you want to be when you take a look at where you're at. So simple, but very innovative, and for this customer, we know it's a great thing.
But overall, I like it, and I also like the fact that this has a first in the heavy-duty truck class, straight ahead of me, a heads-up display, which I can configure. So right now I've got the navigation in there, I've got the speed limit in there. It's really handy. I don't have to necessarily switch this screen away from my camera views to be able to look straight ahead and see where I'm going with my navigation setup. And of course, being an HD, I can adjust the height of it so I can see it. But once again, these heads-up displays have one problem, and that is when you put on your sunglasses, and if they're polarized like mine are, they completely disappear. Well, almost completely. So does the engineer or the designer get to choose the look and placement of the exhaust? So which one of you choose?
We work collaboratively.
Right.
If, for example, on the light duty trucks where we have the squared off integrated straight through exhaust, we were all over that from a design standpoint to make sure it looked powerful, but was a little bit more than just straight through tubes.
Right.
On this kind of truck where you have, especially on the diesels where you have the very large exhaust coming out the back, there's not much we can do with that given the size of it. So you can see it there. It's a big exhaust. So we you know, where we feel we need to, design gets involved. We have a real close relationship with the engineering team. The multi-pro gate, for example, wonderful piece of engineering innovation, and we were really proud as a design team to kind of work with the team to iterate it through to make sure that when it was done, it just still looked great on the truck.
And by the way, if you have the light duty and you want to swap the tailgate with the heavy duty, it's not going to work.
No, the height of the bed is a great question. The height of the bed of this truck is actually lower than that truck. This has been optimized again for this customer. So if you're, again, got a fifth wheel or a gooseneck towing, we don't want anything striking the top of the bed. So there's a maximum height where this really needs to be to make sure it doesn't get damaged. So as a unique height for the heavy duty standpoint, it's a little lower than relative to the depth of the bed than the light duty. And for that reason, then this, though it looks the same, it's a completely unique heavy duty specific tailgate with of course, our fantastic multi-pro tailgate included.
And my last question, because I always love to ask this.
Yeah.
You know, your heart and soul went into this, I take it.
So,
So what's your favorite feature, the one that you're the proudest of?
My favorite piece of this entire truck is actually, it's a small story, but kind of a young designer's dream. There's a young designer called Karan Moorjani, who's worked with our team. Brand new to design, never really worked on a heavy duty truck before. And our big boss Mark Royce fell in love with one of his sketches at the very early stages, and the fact that we got to watch him and help him turn his sketch into this truck is awesome. And then when you take a look at the front end and how it came to life, for me just personally, just that design story is something I'll hold with me for a long time, and it's just a really cool thing. And then plus that this is, you know, the real deal this time, this heavy duty, you know, with what it can do and how it looks, you know, we're really proud of it.
Well, thank you very much.
Roman, thank you, man. Thank you.
You know, the great thing about this truck is that you can have your cake and eat it too. And what I mean by that is you can tow a lot, and yet at the same time, you can go off-road. But let's get real. The Power Wagon has a lot more off-road goodies to offer. It doesn't tow as much, but it certainly has a solid front axle versus independent front suspension, disconnectable sway bar, lockers everywhere, and of course, a winch. But with the new Ford Tremor coming, it's going to have more competition in the off-road space. So I love the fact that we're in the middle of both a towing war in terms of max towing capacity and an off-road war. It's just great for all of us. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Truck. Check out tfltruck.com for more news, views, and of course, GMC towing / not off-roading reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.